Alright, welcome back to a brand new episode of Retro Gaming on After the Storm. Today I believe it's episode 8 of the franchise mode series for NHL 2003. And today's games are going to feature the Nashville Predators and the Columbus Blue Jackets. So, first things first though, a little new setup here, of course, in the new place. And I'm actually running a dual monitor setup here now, so it's going to look like I'm looking like beyond the screen for all the times I'm playing instead of just below the camera level where you guys are. So it's going to look a little different, but it actually works out a lot better and makes it a little easier to record these videos as well. So very excited about that to start with. It's been a while since I recorded the last video for this, so I'm kind of iffy on where I left off actually. I believe I left off with looking at a potential trade for David Aboucher. We'll look at that again at the end of this, just to see where we are. Still looking to just add some more depth on every position. Just grab a mid-range backup, goaltender, get a defenseman, and get a forward in. So given that I haven't played this in a while, I was kind of iffy on where I left off. I believe the last episode we had left off looking at potential David Aboucher trades. So I think what I'll do, just because it's probably been about 3 weeks since I recorded a video on this, I'll just go in and play the games, and then at the end we'll take like a hard look around teams and maybe set up like 3 or 4 potential trade candidates. With all that in mind, just so you get a backup goalie returning in the trade, a forward and a defenseman. So with that in mind, let's get into the first game. We'll do a team report of the Nashville Predators. So I think I left off the last video by doing a team report on the Predators, and that record shocked me then. It still shocks me now. They're 11-2-0 on the season. They're not a very highly rated team. So that kind of is a little crazy to think about that. They're doing this well, but they're first in the Central Division. They're undefeated in their last 10. Walker, Johnson, Delmore are their primary scorers. Got a couple cold and hot streaks. They've got 2 major injuries, though, with Brad Gilchrist and Kimmo Timonen out here. No suspensions either, but their goaltending has really been what's pushing them through and over the top this season. Mike Dunham and Thomas Vokoun. So it should be an interesting matchup. They don't seem to be like a great overall team, but they're coming in very hot. With that in mind, let's go get game number, I want to say 16 on the year, maybe, for us, underway. Nope, game 11. Wait, no, not game 11. Yeah, game number 15 of the year. Jeez, I'm so lost with this. Alright, so to start this game, looking at it, so to start this game, first off, big one is that David Aboucher is actually in net for it. I'm actually going to turn my chair so it's going to look a little weird, but David Aboucher is actually in net playing. I think this might be his second or third start of the year. But it would make sense that we're showcasing him a little bit. Ooh, I messed that up badly. Trying to get a trade working for him, it makes sense that we would showcase him a little bit more in leading up to the trade. Ooh, nice block foot. Walker's jeez, man, they're on fire to start. The for sure the reason to get this trade done is because of how top heavy the Avs are at this time. Like at the beginning, I think Forsberg scored like the majority of goals over the first 5 or 6 games. Sakic too. I think Sakic still got he has like no assists or something on the team so far. He's just been scoring a lot of goals. So the scoring has really just come from the top 6. Probably for a playoff run, I feel like you gotta have some depth scoring. And on the defensive end, I feel like we're not doing too bad, actually, but it's mostly that we have a couple units out there every single game that are in like the low 70 overalls, so it'd be nice to get in a high 70 or like a low 80 player for Abishai. More or less from just a team that needs a goalie. I figure there's got to be one around the league currently that it's really looking for a goalie, could really use one. And Abishai at an 88, he's definitely a starting goaltender. But we have Patrick Waugh, and given that we're only doing 1 year and Waugh tends to retire the first year, I'm not too worried about making a trade like that. I also had I put the Predators with their ugly yellow jerseys, which are kind of reminiscent of their current jerseys. Ooh, Blake with a shot. Missed. Nashville's goaltending is definitely good. Their defense doesn't really allow a lot of breakaways, which is, as of recently, how I've scored most of the goals. Ooh, way beyond the net. Dubinsky, eh? I didn't know there was a Dubinsky in the NHL besides Brandon, so that's interesting to know. It's a 2-on-0. Oh, Yell with a nice chance. So that was a pretty uneventful first. A few shots either way, but not crazy. Not a whole lot happening in this one. We're starting to get to that midpoint of the season where it's a little bit boring, but that's hopefully re-energize the team a little bit. And upping the difficulty has certainly made things a little bit more difficult. Oh, Reinprecht twice. Oh, Reinprecht's going off. Cross-checking, guaranteed. Uh-oh. Oh, Hartnell with a chance. There we go, Drury. Oh, nice chance, nice chance. Never going to get off his cold streak. Oh. Oh, damn. That was a good little hit. Might be even more reason to get a defenseman now, or maybe quicker. Kevin DeVries has gone down now, but see what his injury is after the game. And there's so many players on this Nashville team that are just like random names. Wilm, Cesar. Come on, Tanguay. Oh, man. Dunham and Fokun must be really running things for Nashville this season, because they've been good so far this game. They must be just winning a lot of games, very low-scoring games. Their top players aren't even actually scoring that much. Oh, Sakic nearly slid one in, too. Tankrat. Jeez, these names. Nice try, Heinote. I'm not sure if Dan Heinote's actually got a goal or not this season, but... Oh, nice try again. Oh, no, not Walker. Oh, big save. I think Abishai's been actually really good this game. I think he played the LA game earlier in the year, where we got just completely stomped. It was not pretty. I think that's the only game he's played. I think Waugh's been in for every other one, but yeah. Sorry, 0-0 at the end of the second. I kind of expected a game like this. Nashville's actually pretty good. I think I was underrating how good their team was going to be, but they're a very fast team. So, but yeah, we're just trying to probably get Avishai a win here and get out of here with a point if we can manage it. If there's even overtime loss points, I'm not even sure, or shootout loss, or I don't even know how I think there's ties actually. So I think I've been to overtime twice so far in this, and the overtime system, the game's ended both times. Ooh, Yachmanev. Okay, ooh, good defensive play there. Uh-oh, Hartnell. Oh, off the post. Seems like they're getting close to a goal here, but here we go. Come on, Forsberg. Nice breakaway. Oh, nice chance, Forsberg. Oh, Yachmanev's hurt. Well, I guess we're evened up now. DeVries for Yachmanev. Man, I don't even know who Yachmanev is. I'm trying to work that over to Drury, but he's actually hit in front of the net already. Ooh, Trapani just missed. Oh, nice saves by Avishai there. He's been really good this game. Oh, Sakic off the post. Nobody can score in this game. Nice stop, Abouche. Ooh, Blake with a big hit. Nice pass by Sakic. Just a goalie battle right now. But I think he's tired at the end of a shift here. I don't expect Adam Foote to be putting pucks in the net anyways. Oh, E08 missed. And Forsberg cross-checking. Cross-checking. Of course. Uh-oh. Ooh, Walker almost with it. Oh, man, Abouche with a bunch of saves. 3 of them. Have him dump that puck down. Oh, right to Ryprek. Oh, man. Defensively, they're very good. Oh. Oh, off the post again. There it is. Marian Cesar. Dude, I just don't recognize that name ever. Cesar. Crazy. Alright, now we gotta... I'm gonna need to... Okay, we're gonna hold on to this. Okay, we're also gonna pull the goalie here. Ooh, Sakic with a chance. Woo! Alright, so we're gonna try to get tying goal here. Oh, man. Oh, it's in the crease. Oh, no. Oh, he missed. Try to defend this. There it is. Man, it's tough to defend. It's not like the current generation of games where, like, you can pretty easily defend it. Like, the AI can shoot from the slot, or from, like, the center ice dot, and still actually hit that accurately. Like, that doesn't happen in today's games. Off the post again. Oh, and then they shoved the net off. Tough loss here, mostly because we're finding that the offense just isn't there in some games. Oh, shit. Oh, my gosh, look at their defensemen. They're literally blocking it for Dunham. No wonder this team has been winning all season. Everybody is playing defense for them. It's crazy. Icing, but it's not going to matter. That's pretty much the game. So 2-0 loss to the Nashville Predators, who continue to be on top of the Western Conference. Yeah, 20-19 the shots, not too bad. John Nemesnikov, that's a weird one, but he does look like Vlad Nemesnikov, so maybe it's his dad or brother or something. I don't know. But anyways, yeah, tough loss there, but that's a really good team that we faced in Nashville. So that'll do it for the first game in this episode. We'll be back with the second one very shortly. Alright, so welcome back. We're going to head into the second game of this episode against the Columbus Blue Jackets shortly, but just looking at the what happened after last game. Forsberg now on a cold streak. That's no good. Waz no longer fatigued. So he can come back in, but I actually think I'm going to leave Abouche in for the next game as well. Just to showcase him a little bit more. And then DeVries out with a sore neck 1 to 2 weeks, which is a lot better than what we were expecting with him. So DeVries will go out for... Who do we have to replace? I guess Muir could come back in. He was in before, and I think he's our best option, actually. So we'll bring Muir back in. But yeah, we're going to leave Abouche in for another game against the Jackets, because that actually should be an easier game. Jackets have 8 points this season. They're probably the last in the West. We'll go take a look at their team report. I don't think they're having a good time out there. 15th in the West, 3-5-0-2 in their last 10. Maniluk, 9 points in 14 games for them. They have two cold streaks with Rusty Klesla and Ray Whitney. Goaltending's probably fine. I think they have Mark Denis, so that could be a concern. And with the fact that we're not really scoring a whole lot right now, like I think I'm going to look at our own team report. Forsberg 14 points in 15 games, but I don't think he's scored in a little while. Ryan Precht up there. Sakic still has 8 goals, no assists. Verbata's out for a while. DeVries. So hopefully we can get back to it, get back to scoring here. This would be a good game to do it, just given that, you know, Columbus isn't that great of a team, but their goaltending might actually stop us from doing so. So without further ado, we'll start we'll start the second game of the episode against the Columbus Blue Jackets. Alright, so game 2 against the Columbus Blue Jackets. We'll get going here. Hopefully a better game than we just had against the Preds. There's a good start. Drury gets his 4th of the year, and it feels good to score a goal. There's lots of names I'm seeing on Columbus here that I'm just recognizing for the first time in a while. There we go. Forsberg gets one. Maybe that gets him off his cold streak there. It's a statement game for us so far. Stop, Abishai. Oh, everybody went off for a change. Tongue was in. That's a really good start, though. I guess Reinprecht's had or Drury, actually. Drury hasn't had, a crazy good start to the season. He was out for a while, and then he's just slowly getting goals on the board, but we'll take what we can get so far. But getting Forsberg, hopefully, off that cold streak is huge for this team. Going forward, but after this game we'll be looking at a trade. Might involve another player on the roster. I'm not sure yet. I don't know who I would actually move out, but we'll take a look. Good stop by Abishai. Abishai actually played very, very well against Nashville as well. He let that one goal in, and then obviously the empty netter was the second one. So he had a really good game. Oh, there's a goal. Grandpierre. Nice stop, Abishai. Hey, Duke. Still looking to get off that cold streak. So, end of the first there. That was a very good period. Really hot start. We got a couple goals there. Mainly, I would say it's been good in that Abishai's still performing well, and that we got Forsberg and Drury on the board. So we're going to hope this carries through, because it would be nice after, I think we've had a good few number of tough tests lately. The Vancouver games, even the Calgary game to an extent was the same way. Oh, Muir. Here's first game back in the lineup. Oh, Keane on the doorstep. Lots of chances there. Nice stop by Abishai. Keane. Man, they're always missing the net. Sakic is just flying around in this game. Oh, I was trying to get Drury to go to the other side, but he didn't. Nice play by Blake. Oh, what a save by Denis. That was a crazy double pad stack. Muir off the post. I like that. It's so weird to me that Muir has that has a shooting a wrist shot thing, but he's a 69 overall. He's not overly good. Oh, Reinprecht off the post. Makes no sense to me how he even got that, but I would assume it's based on your a shooting attribute at a certain level is what gives you that kind of. They're very similar, I guess, to badges. There's just not a whole lot of them 2K has. But I find it really funny that he's got one, and he's that low of an overall. Feels like this game is much more in our favor than it could be. Oh, Netterost off the post. I mean, it could easily just turn it the other way. It could, they could easily get a goal here, get back in the game. Oh, Keane on a breakaway. Oh, Keane with a nice chance. Denis, though. Oh my god, that is young Yarrow spot check there. Oh, another save by Denis. Oh, man. Crazy good saves. Denis a good goaltender in this game for sure. Oh, I think Grant Marshall actually had that like blonde hair and the dark beard thing. I'm not sure if he dyed his hair or not, but so it's cool that they actually put that in the game. So end of the second period, still up 2-1. Shots are even. Or actually, this is one of the first games in recent memory where I'm losing the face-off battle. But on that, let's see if we can hold the lead into the third, or through the third, I should say. Get Abishai a win. He's played really well the last 2 games. Put on the slow-mo. Oh, Ryan Pratt with a nice chance. Oh, that was in the middle of a line change again. Nice stop, Abishai. That's one thing I'm noticing in every game is that there's like 1 or 2 plays where I make a pass in front thinking there's somebody there and they've already gone off for a line change. And I think we always... The current games get a lot of hatred for the programming of the AI, but like I've never seen the AI do that. Like where there's an offensive chance and they just go straight to the bench. They're like the 4 people, the other 4 line mates don't even go into the zone. Uh-oh, Sillinger. Oh, Sillinger ran out of room on that one. Hero line's out now for... Maybe it's not out, but some of their hero players are on the ice, actually. Oh, Tanguy with a chance. Ooh, a penalty. Cross-checking. High sticking. I love the penalty calls in this game because none of them really ever align with what this is. That was an actual just body check, and they called it high sticking. Oh, I know. Another great save by Denis too. Ooh, nice chance, nice chance. Come on, Forsberg, let's go. Oh, we almost had a second of the game. Ooh, nice block by Foot there. Also, man, they pull their goalie with like... Oh, man. That's a bad miss by Trepaglia there. There we go. Yell gets it. That's a... The AI will just pull their goalie, even if you're like walking straight into their net. They'll just pull them and have them go off the ice. That's a good empty netter. They're going to send him out again. Come on, Gill. Nice, he won that race. Ooh, Nielsen with a big hit, though. Yeah, we'll take it. Netterost had like a few games back-to-back early in the season where he was scoring. He's since cooled off, of course. He's a bottom 6 player, but nice to see him get another one on the board. Oh, nice stop, Abishai. So Denis having like a very close, like very similar game here to the one that Abishai had against Nashville. He played very well all game, other than like that start. That was a quick start for us. Ooh, Hayduke didn't want that rebound. It was a very quick start for us. A couple goals on the board, and that was the major difference. But a good win here nonetheless. So, take a look at the 3 stars. Forsberg, Foot, Grandpierre. That's going to do it for the second game of this episode. We're going to be back looking at trade scenarios. Maybe lining up 3 or 4. And then maybe I make the trade next episode or the one after that. I'm not trying to rush it, and I hope... Basically doing all this, we're hoping that there's no injuries or anything like that that's going to prevent us from, or maybe right after the trade, making that trade really difficult to justify. So we'll be back with looking into some trades. All right, so coming off that Columbus game, Hejduk's cold streak comes to an end. He's not the guy I thought was going to actually have the cold streak come to an end. I figured that would be Forsberg, considering he scored a goal. But we'll take it, because we could definitely use Hejduk's shot back being at full. Of course, when the cold streaks hit, they take away those... I'm going to call them badges. I don't know. I don't know what else to call them. Traits or whatever we want to classify them as, but... yeah, so he comes off of it. We could use his shot again for sure. So that's good to see Hejduk's cold streak come to an end. Otherwise, nothing else really going on in that game. We'll start looking at some trades. All right, so just taking a look at some trades around the league. One of the teams, I kind of wanted to do two things with the trade here. I wanted to not trade Abishai within the conference if I could help it. If I could find a team in the Eastern Conference that actually needed a goaltender, could actually use maybe a better goaltender, I thought that would make a lot more sense. And a team that'd be, willing to give up some decent players in order to do so. So this is kind of what I came up with here, as a just as a preliminary sort of thing to look at. Honestly, I think this is an overpayment by me on this kind of one, because Abishai, you could definitely consider Abishai to be a starting goaltender in the league. His overall justifies that. And then looking at a forward defenseman and a goaltender, Aubin is not a very good goaltender. Like, maybe it makes a little bit more sense to take Hedberg back in this one, but also Hedberg is probably looked at as a 1B type of goalie here. So I don't really want to do that if I, don't have to. Either that, or if I do something where I do take Aubin here, I feel like maybe an extra forward being thrown in would be sufficient. Maybe not a crazy good forward, but somebody who can play in the lineup, game in, game out. Maybe like a Beach, or even a Sean Donovan here, would be good. Maybe even like Andrew Ferentz, like an extra D-man, I'd be fine with here. But this so far has been the probably the most realistic trade candidate is Pittsburgh in this one, just because they do have Hedberg, but he is only an 83. One of the other trade partners I actually saw was Vancouver, and the way Vancouver beat us up in the beginning portion of the season, I don't really want to help them too much with going forward. So I don't think I'm not going to do the trade just yet, but I'd say maybe even adding in an extra player, and maybe even throwing them another player from our team, like maybe one of these guys that's scratched, like Larson or Steve Moore here. One of these kind of players that just, as a roster player going back, so that we don't have an overload of scratched players. So I think we'll drop back out of there. The next episode is going to be again another game against Nashville. Hopefully we can get back in the win column. I'm gonna say, and it's a back-to-back against Nashville and Dallas. So we'll go preview them just before we end this episode. Nashville, they actually lost the game, not to us, but to somebody else. They're leading the season series 1-0. Yachmanev ended up with a bruised quadriceps, so he's out for a little while. But other than that, that team's still firing on all cylinders, so that's a big makeup game. Let's see if we can get back in the win column. We did get some goals in the Columbus game, so that was good to see. But Nashville, big test to start off the next episode. And then, of course, the second game is Dallas. They're just ahead of us in the standings. I think right now we're sitting 5th in the West. And we'll take a look at Dallas as well. Haven't won their last 2. We beat them in the first meeting of the season. They're 9-5-3-1 on the year. Bill Guerin, that is an offense-heavy team right now. Their goaltending, even though I think they have Marty Turco in net. That's a team that's got a crazy amount of offense going right now. Yeah, I assume that's probably their top line, and that's kind of scary to look at for the next episode. Other than that, we're gonna keep just looking at the trade system. Maybe there's another few teams. I found the issue with a lot of it really boils down to the fact that a lot of teams have good goalies. In this, they were highly rated for a reason. And a lot of teams have 2 good goalies. Like LA has Czech Manic and Jamie Storr or something, or Potvin even. They have a lot of teams have 2 good goalies, so it's hard to trade a goalie who's the primary focus of a trade in that scenario. So we're just trying to find teams that could use one here or there. Minnesota's another team, but again, I want to try to focus it out of the conference. Makes the most sense, I think. So with that, that's going to end this episode. I hope everybody's still staying safe and healthy out there. Yeah, I don't know what else to go with. Hope everybody's still, hopefully this ends soon. There doesn't seem to be any end in sight, but I think most places in the world are looking at easing restrictions, so that's pretty cool to see. And hopefully people can start, going out, hanging out with each other again. It's kind of boring just going back and forth from work to home for me, honestly. So I hope everybody starts getting the ability to go back outside. Summer's right around the corner. So with that in mind, we're going to end this episode. Thank you guys so much for watching. Click like if you liked the video. Click subscribe if you really liked it. Share it wherever you want. Thank you guys again. Stay safe, stay healthy.